Did it hurt? Was it worth it? Would I do it again? Will I black out? Did I black out? Did it seem like the world was coming to an end? I'm going to answer all of these. I'm just making up some stuff right now because I'm sorry if you can hear rain in the background. As soon as I started recording, it was like, rain is coming. Hi. Also, I am at Piker's house, so, and there's an unfinished painting I did of him. I say unfinished because every time I come here, I tend to paint it a bit more. So as you can see, I got these. They were professionally done. Obviously, Piker did them for me because he is also a tattoo artist, but he's also a professional piercer. I wouldn't trust piercings with anyone else because the first person I went to for a piercing, he ruined my nose. The guy who did my first piercing, well, excluding earrings, I'm not talking about those. The first person who did my nose piercing did not clearly know what he was doing. I'm pretty sure he used old stuff as well. So it's to the point where it actually got an infection and I was struggling with it for most of the year, and then I just gave up on it. And then obviously last year I tried to get Piker to please just redo it, but we gave up on it because it was just not gonna work. The guy damaged my skin so much, to the point where there's a problem in there now. But obviously I'm not talking about the nose piercing, I'm talking about professionally done snake bites. So I got them done actually on Christmas Day. Piker did them for me that night, but he did put he ordered proper flat back piercings for me. I already put them in a little bag. You can't really see it, but they do have proper flat back piercings. If you can see that little circle, that is the point that goes against inside your mouth. It goes in here, and of course the little stud sticks out. So I had them done with that, but I switched to these because, well, Piker ordered them for me, and it was just like, cool. They seem to not really heal because it takes weeks to heal. I think it's about 6 weeks that you're supposed to keep them in, but the middle part, my lip didn't swell. You're supposed to keep those specific piercings in because your lip's gonna swell. And my lip did not really swell that much. It was more this side than that one, but then once both sides were like fine, it was like, cool, it's been a week, let's switch to this. But the jewelry is a bit big for me, so I will have to probably get new jewelry. So also, I would not recommend changing it on your own. They also do advise that if you are going to change from your other piercings, the flat backs, to something else, you get your professional piercer to do it for you. You can also still see it's kind of red. It is kind of red still in the area because it is still sensitive. They were talking about the experience I personally had, because I've been one of them since I was 13. Back then it was like, hey, this is every emo's dream. 10 years later, 11, I can't count. Piker did this one for me first. I'm sorry, my nails are horrible. Piker did this one for me first. He was like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure, because he's got one in the center. And he explained to me how much that hurt. And I was like, okay, but I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube that are like, just get it done with, you'll be fine. And none of those videos show people actually experiencing what I experienced. Like, there's one guy who's just talking about, like, yeah, if you get it, you get it, just, it's awesome, it's worth it, just get it done with. And then there's another video I saw, for example, where the woman just casually puts needles through, puts the jewelry in, and the woman getting pierced is like, just flinches like once, and she's like, cool. And I was like, I was expecting to be that woman. Piker's like, hey, you sure? I'm like, yeah, let's just do it. I've been wanting them, let's do it. So we mark it. The first thing you do is you mark it, and I think you need to align it technically with your nose, obviously. Otherwise, if you put it too far up here or something, it's just gonna be out of place, and you don't really have anything to center it with. So of course, we get the needle ready, and Piker then puts the needle through this first one. For anyone, I don't know if it's gonna be the same. Obviously, it's not gonna be the same. Like I said with the other woman, she flinched once and she was fine. For me, personally, and Piker described it as well, you can technically feel the layers of skin tearing as the needle goes through. It does hurt, but I would give this a 6 out of 10. If I was gonna go for with like high pain or whatever, like really, oh my god, this is making me cry. So he puts the jewelry through everything. Obviously it's clean. Puts it through. It's fine. It's good. Everything's alright. Now it's time for the second one, and I'm thinking, okay, so we're gonna be the same quick pain, because that's the difference as well. When I got my nose pierced twice, there was pain, obviously, and there's blood. There's a lot of blood. But the pain stays for a few days. Obviously, it just bleeds a lot as well. As soon as that needle was through, as soon as the jewelry was in, I felt nothing. I did not feel anything. It's like a quick shooting pain. Needle goes in, you feel that uncomfortable, like something's actually going in, and then it's done. That was I was expecting the same nose pain for days, and I'm like, where is it? Piker's like, no, it's done. I'm like, oh, cool. There was a bit of blood, obviously. That's how piercings work. But it wasn't as extreme as when I first got my nose piercing. But then again, the guy could have been doing it wrong because there was just blood. But yeah, there was just probably like a drop, and that was fine. Piker just like went with a little towel. Then it came down to the second piercing. Gets the needle ready, and he's like, are you sure you want a second? And I'm like, bruh, I can't just leave one and not the other. I came here to do both. So if I would describe the second level of pain here, I gave this one an 8. Maybe an 8.5, if I'm being honest. 6, 8.5, because this one was just different. I don't know if because my body was in shock from the first needle. I don't even know how to describe the pain, because I can't compare it with tattoo pain because they're two different things, obviously. It's just not the same. If you've had a piercing before, you kind of know what it feels like, but at the same time you don't, because of the different areas and they hurt different. Ear piercing's done, feel a bit of pain, you're good, you move on. Nose piercing, you're done, you feel pain for fucking weeks and you're just in pain for the rest of your life until infections just come and go. The needle goes through, but it's completely different. So I feel that tearing feeling again, but now it's double the pain. It is like, obviously Piker's not being slow, he's going, but you still feel every single layer that's tearing. Like with this one, but it just felt worse here. To the point where Piker's got a needle in my mouth, or in my lip, and I'm like, dude, I need to sit down, because I'm pretty sure I blacked out for a second. The pain was that bad that I was like, bruh, I cannot, I need to sit down. He was like, okay, just, like, he's moving with me to go sit down. It's that kind of, my body just was in shock, obviously, but it was that kind of shock where you just feel everything just go, it's that shock where you just feel everything just drains from you, and you're like seeing like little stars, and it's just, I was like, dude, I'm either gonna throw up or just pass out. I need to sit down. He's like, okay, cool. So sit down. He puts in the jewelry quickly, closes it up. I'm like, cool. I'm gonna go to the bathroom now and just die. And he was like, cool. Luckily there was no puke, so that was nice. But it was that kind of a shock to my system. That's the kind of shock I'm trying to get to you guys with the second one. Again, your bodies could be totally different. I normally have a high pain tolerance, but for some reason that second needle insert was just too much for my body to handle. I am kind of squeamish when it comes to actual blood and stuff like that. I've had that fainting experience where I'm like, okay, cool, I've seen so much blood now, I need to sit down. I'm one of those, unfortunately. It was just strange to have it like a piercing done, and it's like, no. That being said as well, it does happen very quickly. I don't think we took more than 5 minutes. I say 5 minutes because after this was done, I was like, cool, let me just go check in the mirror, let me be like, cool, I'm happy. Prepare for the second one, mentally prepare for the second one, and then it's done. Did it hurt? Yes, it hurt, but the second one did. The first one I say, if the pain was the same, I was expecting the same pain. Like I said, 6 out of 10. If the pain was the same, if I knew the pain was going to be the same, I would have gone with it again. Obviously. Would I get another lip piercing? No. I'm good here. Cleaning it though, they do suggest like non-alcohol mouthwash and stuff like that. I do use that. Obviously, I clean my teeth a few times. Obviously, morning, after eating, then before I go to bed. So it just keeps everything clean. Mouthwash I use generally a few times a day, just to keep not only my mouth clean, but obviously these clean. Also, salt water. Get like a good amount of salt water to last you a few days. You don't need to gulp the whole thing. You just need to take a little sip. You keep a little sip in, you just swish it around the area, you just spit it out. I also take an earbud and I just clean the area. With the flatbacks, the other piercings I had, they're obviously thicker than this. They are much thicker, which also added to the uncomfortable part of the piercing. I wouldn't say gunk tends to kind of just come naturally out. It's the same if you get a nose piercing and there's kind of like gunk, or like even with your ears. If you get your ears pierced, there is naturally gunk. Sometimes, like if I got my second piercing, like there's white stuff. There's just generally white stuff that comes out. It happens here too. If you have no other facial piercings, that is a thing. Gunk is a thing, unfortunately, with all piercings, including your ears or whatever. With the flatbacks, I tend to have more because there was just constant friction with if I move my mouth or I eat or just talk in general. Like there's friction with the piercings just going in and out. You kind of constantly need to keep moving them so that they don't just stick and the skin heals around it. With these, it's nice because I can just do that, and not only is my skin not getting irritated by it, but it's just more comfortable, it's lighter. The other reason I'd suggest getting piercings like this is because not only the flatbacks have metal, they scrape against your teeth. So if someone hugs you and they press, like literally hug your shoulder, hits you in the face, your piercings either hit you in the teeth and kind of go uncomfortable somewhere along the way, or they come up into this area. They kind of scrape upwards. It wasn't nice. Another thing with the flatbacks is there's obviously that round circle. You can't really see it, but it made a very small round circle around the area. Now if I continue to wear them a few more weeks, it was going to push into the skin where it kind of engraves it. Piker has that with his piercing, because he wore his obviously the proper way, but it did leave that circular mark. What it does do is just sets into your skin and it leaves that scarring then. But with these, it's nice because, like I said, after a week I changed it with the professional and I do not really have that scarring. So I'm very, very happy about that, because every time I had it, I'd wake up in the morning and it's like all just pushing out, and I could feel the flat back just pressing into my lip, and it was already kind of covering it, and it was not nice. Not great at all. Then comes another important thing, eating. Every time you eat, you need to clean up. You need to at least do the mouthwash or do the salt water. Salt water helps you so much. You're gonna have to keep doing it until it's healed, and I still recommend doing it after, just be nice to your piercings, I guess. I guess it's the same situation if you were to take care of any piercing, is just look after it, make sure it's fine. Mine's gonna be fine. It helps dating a piercer who's like, go clean, just don't do that. Another thing is that it does become addictive, I guess, in a sense of when I had the flatbacks in, you were constantly like moving it with your tongue. It's just a habit. And then like to other people watching you, just it's weird. I still do it here, but it's not as bad because I don't even feel these. Again, obviously they're too big for me. So was it worth it? Yes. Yes, it was. Is eating a bitch? Yes it is. But I am still getting used to them. but I think it is worth it. Compared to the nose piercing, oh my god, this thing is a miracle. It is just a pleasant surprise. But I hope that did answer some things, because like I said, on YouTube there's not much information. I try to get pros and cons, but there was not many people on YouTube doing pros and cons for a snakebite piercing. But I'm very, very happy with mine. I'm glad I went with it. I absolutely love them. I think they are great. They are just cool. Obviously my inner 13-year-old self is just so happy. If you guys have any more questions, please do leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like these. Actually, if you want me to do a video about piercings, please let me know. While I'm around the professional, we can do these kind of things. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful New Year's, and I hope everyone is safe and happy.